make immortals and attack you, you maybe won't see the attack coming, and that's what happened.
Well, this is it. One of these players into the Extreme Masters run ends right now. Our previous champion. In the bottom right, our Red Brawlers, can he keep making a run to get a second title? This is sOs.
His opponent in the blue, the Shield of Iron, it's stats. Finally, we're getting a 3-2.
Yeah, it's going to game 5 for once.
We had to send Maynard as far away as possible from this venue.
Yeah, Maynard went out for lunch. Suddenly the game started going a bit longer. I think it's Roddy with the curse now, actually. He's, Maynard at least got a long TVT last night.
Yeah. It's really nice to see these guys go the distance here, and it all comes down here to Nightshade. And with what happened last game, I feel like if you're sOs here, you gotta be a little bit more wary than usual about stats hitting those timings with a robo. So then what do? Maybe you play a little bit less greedy, a little bit less risky. Because sometimes, like, sOs is the one that will be willing more so than stats to cut corners. Yeah. And that's what it was here. He was getting less units to get that Dark Shrine, and he was hoping to sneak some Dark Templars in yet again.
Oh no, stats about to drop a pylon there, and sOs comes in and sees it, so... Well, that's kind of amusing. sOs does have a second probe already heading out on the map, deciding where he might want to go to proxy something, as this was definitely a bit of a change-up. Not sure if stats wanted to build more than just the pylon, but he was definitely keeping that probe there waiting.
How do stats is actually able to realize when that happens? Like, you can try and count probes, but it's not exactly a fail-proof strategy.
Well, the thing is, the scout comes in when you're pretty much saturated too, so it's like, can you tell that? It's so difficult. As we do see the probe from sOs hanging out, there's the pylon start, and again,
it's like if you've never done it, you have a better chance on being able to count cards at the blackjack table.
Yeah. We actually see the second pylon again, so 2 pylons from sOs right now, faking the idea of going to the low ground and expanding, and of course, 1 on the map. So this is something he's bringing back in the earlier match, and there is the Starg, exactly what he did way back when.
And he might be counting on stats yet again, going for a robo.
Yeah.
In which case, you obviously have less units that are good against the Stargate, less gateway units. But he goes Stargate himself. I think that was the first game, right? Where we saw that scenario, and Stats actually got the shield battery just on time inside of his main base.
Yeah, Stats ended up in a really good spot there, right? And then sOs made it weird with the faster third base, etc.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens this time around. Shield battery already coming up in the main. Like I say, overall, Stats has taken every precaution he can, right? He's not cutting any corners. This is not a PvP where you're like, oh, I'm going to do this and this, and then the Oracle flies in your main and kills 10 probes. You're like, right? It's a PvP where everyone's being safe enough, or at least Stats has been safe enough to keep sOs away from dealing damage early, and obviously Stats a couple of aggressive pushes, but after like a couple of adept shading, he's not really trying anything too funky himself.
Yeah. I didn't really like the positioning of the stasis trap that he was using in game number 1. I hope he does a little bit better maybe with that this time around, but it's a Phoenix on the way here from Stats.
Yeah, Stats started an Oracle, he saw something, and he's cancelled the Oracle and built a Phoenix. And that is a dead Oracle unless you have a recall to take it home. He sees it as well as he's going to come in and what, you're going to hit this? I mean, Pulsar Beam's a mistake because the Pulsar Beam's not going to kill anything before the shield battery heals up and the Phoenix forces you to recall. So recall is there, but that's a mistake. 2 adepts left in. The Phoenix can lift 1 up though, and if they commit, yeah, it's a good call because usually you'd let them finish, right? Because you can still kill 2-3 probes. But if the Phoenix is there, one of them gets lifted, you don't get the damage done against the shield battery.
He wouldn't have gotten much and lost both of these guys.
Yeah.
So now Stats is actually pumping out Phoenixes, and we got an sOs kind of forced to go into Blink because he had dropped the Twilight Council. And he's yet again skipping the Robo. I feel like if the more they keep playing, for sure, at some point Stats would have to go for some DTs. It's like, you have to punish him, you know, like, you need to teach him the lesson. He keeps on skipping that Robo for so long in every one of the games.
But I think this is fine for Stats because you're getting the Robo up, so you have immortal protection against the Blink. sOs does add on that extra gateway already, which again suggests getting across the map and doing something here. And let's see what he does from there, because again, this is the setup where he's been expanding quickly to the third base and sticking very heavily on gateway units for a long time. Picked off.
Phoenix is there for the ultimate mobility here. You can fly around, try and pick off some probes. It's kind of going to keep sOs stuck at home with the Stalkers to make sure he can defend against the Phoenixes appropriately, because otherwise, the more probes that he loses, the more annoying this is going to get. Like, you can always expect Stats to be making probes very consistently on the other side of the map, and then he gets super far ahead on the side of the economy. And it's very hard to win from there if you're the player that is always losing workers.
He's back in the main base. I mean,
Blink is almost done, but not quite yet.
Yeah, Stats must have seen the third base, right, flying around with these Phoenix, so he kind of knows what's going on. He starts his own third base, which I like as well. The one thing I do worry about is the potential for sOs to still get aggressive, right? Because he hasn't got as much tech, so he can still swarm gate units and overwhelm Stats, perhaps.
sOs is moving out.
Yeah, I mean,
he thinks that Stats might not have enough, and Stats is actually going into charge here. So I don't know how many units he has exactly, but that third Nexus might just get cancelled.
Yeah, let's see. It's obviously only Blink Stalkers for now. Only one Immortal makes that so scary. The Phoenix don't have much energy to help out in this scenario either, so looks pretty okay for sOs, who can blink in the main base as well, and Stats is not ready for that. There goes one of the gates he's building up. As a revelation on the Observer 2, nice spot. And he is going to blink back down, and now that third base might get cancelled, Todd, because nothing is close enough to defend it just yet.
The Phoenixes might go for the pickup here. Immortal is finally going to get in there. Can he save the Nexus? He's pushing sOs back. sOs moves back in one volleys. Phoenix almost. It's very low on hit points.
Blinks away as the couple force fields come down. Stats will hold the Nexus for the moment. An attempt from sOs to go in with the depths, but Stats is already there waiting. So sOs doesn't do much. Extra gates about to finish. Still just playing 2 gas off these 3 bases. Is absolutely committed to dealing damage here, preferably before Stats gets his +1 attack upgrade in play.
And Archons.
Yeah, and
if he gets, look at how many gateways he's adding.
Yeah.
Charge is almost finished already for sOs here. So you might just get a ton of Zealots and go for it here. Stalkers trying to do what they can here. The Phoenixes are picking off some of these. Ooh, he overextended actually. Lost quite a bit there.
A little bit of movement forward. He did kill one of the 2 Immortals that were out though.
And now Charge Lots are going to come in. There is no Archons yet. On the other side, sOs wants to punch himself into the quarterfinals and face Maru. He wants to get his ticket right now for it.
Yeah, these Zealots.
He might have the army for it.
These first Immortal goes down already, so Stats is in trouble. Second Immortal gets blinked on. He's gonna pull it back, but there's nothing to help it out. These Stalkers can obviously start blinking away as well. Temple Archive's done, but do you have time to get Archons here? Not really. Stats doesn't have the numbers as sOs strikes with this mass gateway army pushing through. Natural expansion starting to be in trouble. The supplies from sOs are absolutely too much to handle, and Stats seems to know he is in so much trouble. The Archon will fall. It will not get into play here. Not a single shot, and sOs is about to make it a Jin-Air vs. Jin-Air bout in the round of 8 against Maru. Stasis ward on the probes, and that is GG as sOs, previous Katowice champion, looks to do it again perhaps.